What if the secret to cooling our planet is just a giant hole in the ground? Canada's wildfires are pumping out enough carbon annually to triple the emissions of our entire economy. But it's not just what goes up in smoke. It's the charred logs and dead trees left behind, too far gone for the mill. That carbon will in time also be released, adding a second hit of CO2 back to our skies. Some scientists think the solution is to treat our dead forests like a vault, a lockup for the excess carbon. I'll explain. Just north of Montreal, a team of researchers digging through a farm field hit something solid, an eastern red cedar buried 2 meters down in clay. The log was 3,700 years old, but it wasn't a fossil. It was 95% intact. It hadn't decayed, and most importantly, it was still holding on to every bit of carbon it spent its life pulling from the sky.
We have a section of it we cut off right here. So you can see the very intricate pattern on the wood. If you knock on it, it makes this very nice solid sound.
It was that accidental discovery that got the wheels turning for one company.
So what we do is we basically take fire-killed trees on a landowner property, we bury them, issue a bunch of credits, and that pays for reforestation. We excavate out a vault, bury it, and generate carbon credits. Those fund reforestation in the area.
Mass reforestation led one of the first commercial-scale wood burial projects on a ranch in Montana. The goal? To store carbon from 10 million pounds of fire-killed timber underground. Carbon bunkers work by creating an oxygen-free environment, by burying wood deep underground in clay-rich soil that blocks air and water. Without oxygen, microbes and bacteria can't survive to begin the process of breaking down the wood fibers and releasing the carbon. And because these mega fires are becoming so intense and essentially vaporizing the forest's natural seed bank, the company uses the revenue from these carbon credits to reseed the land too. But could this become a global standard, or will it remain a niche solution for fire-scarred ranches?
As a forest ecologist, I think my questions would be immediately about if you use that technique, let's say in a harvested area, how does that impact the nutrient cycling, the water processes, the ability for the decay processes that need to happen, for them to happen. I think that scaling up into natural ecosystems like that, I'd have a lot of questions.
So where does that leave us? Well, for now, we may have more questions than answers. It's a pragmatic response to a burning problem, but we have to respect the ecological reality that a forest needs mess to be healthy.
I would say, so on one hand, this research shows, yes, it is possible to preserve for long time to combat climate change. On the other hand, it also cautions that it's not just randomly digging a hole or bury something that will work. And so it's important actually to do it the right way.
Ultimately, there is no one-size-fits-all solution, but maybe carbon bunkers are a fascinating bridge.